I have been in this platform, obviously, when it was Cryptex before. Now it's Bytnex. I've been in this platform for well over 2.5 years now. And we're coming up on a few things for me, a few milestones. I have a few people in the commentary asking questions. Let me get to the first thing that I want to show you. Okay, and I've showed you this before. I'm going to go to my withdrawal overview. And once we click on that, Bytnex has really never changed too much of their website. Okay, they've added to it and subtracted to it, but they've never really changed the platform itself. You can see my last withdrawal was January 10th, 2026. What I normally do to make a withdrawal is I just go in here and I copy my specific Bitcoin wallet address, the one I use for Bytnex, okay? And I'll copy that a couple times just to make sure. I've done this so many times with the same wallet that I actually, I can tell exactly what the wallet ID is. And so that's why I do it that way. And Bytnex is not really changing that much at all. They've added a 24-month contract, as we'll see here in a moment. And then sometimes, or at least most of the time, the website really doesn't run very quickly. Okay, so you can see that my contracts are growing. Here is where you can see the active contracts, okay? And we'll get into this here in a moment, okay? And you can see that they took out the 7-year contract. There's no longer the 84-month contract, okay? So let me go ahead and submit a withdrawal request now that I have my wallet. And remember what I've always said too, it needs to be at least $500 for you not to pay 10% here, okay? So, as you can see, I've got 1,450. And let's see what it looks like when I turn that over. Yeah, you're only doing $72.50. If it was 10%, it would normally be $145. So they've cut it in half. And then also we will request this specific Bitcoin address. And I always look it over. 39HY, that's correct, 9Y9H. And we're going to confirm. And sometimes it goes slower, sometimes it goes faster. I'm going to final confirm. As I said, Bytnex has never changed, okay? It really, in essence, it's still the same slow website, but let's go down here and see if it's been confirmed. Yes, it's January 26, 2026. There is the withdrawal request. Now let's go into a spot where people have made comments like our contracts or my contracts, okay? There's one thing that once they reset the website from Cryptex to Bytnex, I believe they haven't covered all the bases yet. Now, everyone listening to my voice, instead of sending me a comment asking me about it, because I don't know about it either until I've asked some of my mentors as well who are in this, they say just to submit a support question, and maybe 1,000 people or more submitting a support question will answer this question for us, because I don't see anywhere it talks about our specific contracts. It only says activate a 24 DeFi contract here, but it does still give you the general amount. Now, most people were saying, well, we don't know when our contract's going to expire. you know, so they haven't put that up there. So just send a support ticket out and hopefully they will get that resolved. Okay, and you can still see that you're making a daily profit, at least on the screen it says that. Okay, Bytnex has been fairly consistent with me as far as paying out on my withdrawal tickets, as you can see before in the previous screen. So you can see it's zeroed out my balance, and you can also see that I'm well over 2 million now in rewards, referrals, staking. And if I were to have done nothing in Bytnex, was Cryptex, now it's Bytnex. If I would have done nothing, I would have still been at about 673,000 profits from the actual staking. Well, the referral, just referring it, has actually 4x'd it. Pretty close to 4x. Okay, so that's the power of referral. So when any offer that you're into that is paying you out gives you some type of referral link, you should definitely use it. Okay, and so I think that was pretty much it as far as all the questions that were offered to me in comments over the past month. You can see that they have the 24 packs, the individual, and the 15 contracts. They also have the 36-month and the 15-pack contract for the 36-month, the 60-month just for the one contract, and the 84-month. So they actually are offering the 84-month contract as well, which I do have. So make sure that if you don't see your contracts, which I don't specifically, then you go submit a support question. And maybe if thousands of people submit a support question, they will actually finally get it answered. Okay, so click on the link in the description below to get started with Bytnex. As you can see, I have earned a fair amount over the past couple of years, and this is the actual upfront referral that I have in Bytnex, and it's a platform that I should be cashing out a contract this year, 2026, in November. So I will definitely let everyone know once that has happened. So click on the link in the description below to get started with Bytnex, and I will see you on the next video.